we here? Are we on?
Yep.
We're on?
Yes.
We're live?
Yes.
Woohoo! Is anybody out there? I got a teaspooner thing.
A teaspooner thing?
A teaspooner thing. I guess I didn't. Well, we'll get to it. Man, I may not even use it. So much for, I'm not baking, so I don't need to be precise on anything. All right? All right, guys. So, I really racked my brain this week what I was going to make. And then I thought about hors d'oeuvres and things that you eat before Easter. Hors d'oeuvres. And because next week we're going to have an egg off, a deviled egg off. Staff are going to have a deviled egg off. Deviled egg off. So deviled eggs are a big thing at our house Easter time. But another thing that we really like are potato pancakes. Tater the tater pancakes. So they're easy to make, and you can either have them by themselves, or we like to put a little sour cream on them. My grandmother used to love to put applesauce on them. And in Germany, that's a big thing. They do put applesauce on them. So it's very few ingredients. Of course, we need butter to cook them with. A little grapeseed oil I use because it has a higher, hot point. So I'm going to set these over here because that's going to go in the pan there.
It's just a few ingredients and it's fast, or is this going to take a long time?
No, it should be fast.
Fast.
The longest thing that it takes time to do is grate the stuff. So
Grate the potato.
grate the taters and grate this. Yunion.
What is it?
A yunion.
A yunion.
A yunion.
A yunion?
Onion, yunion. Potato, You don't peel a yunion. What end am I going to cut? Anybody?
Right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Right down, you'd be wrong.
Yes.
This end, or the hairy end?
There's a hairy end?
Yeah, see, it's got
What's
little
the other
hairs.
end look like?
A nub.
A nub or a hairy end? I'm going to say you cut the hairy end first.
Hurry in first.
Oh, Brandon, I would quit repeating Carl because he's been wrong every time. The hairy end is what keeps them all together. If I cut this end off first and I start slicing, it's just all going to fall apart.
So the top part.
So we want to cut this side.
The
But the nubby part. So I'm going to grate it. So I don't want it to fall apart either, grating it or slicing it.
Oh, that's kind of like peeling an egg.
Yeah, it's really...
Annoying. Now, I'm really sensitive to onions. When
Oh.
I cut them. Is grating going to hurt my eyes too?
It probably will.
Stupid onions.
But oh, the flavor they make, right?
Onions will make your tears fall down from your eyes.
They can.
Oh, is that like, did you do that? Hitting the table? Because that's something you do with like the tongs for barbecue?
Yes. Gotta know it's still there. I hate to lose the first layer, but that's gonna help us better to get this off. Usually the first layer is a little leathery like anyway, but I'm going to set him right there for a second. I'm going to dispose of my stuff I don't want.
Onion pieces.
See, when Clayton cooked last week, things would appear from underneath. He had like this secret sous chef that was grabbing all the crud and fixing it, putting it down here for him. What do I got? Nothing. So, we're gonna grate an onion, okay?
This is going to hurt my eyes. I can already feel it.
I tell you what we'll do to make it a little bit easier. We'll go ahead and try to grate it right in here.
Right in the bowl. Smart
Right in
move.
the bowl.
You got me, the Spanish word for onion is
Cebolla. You gotta kind of rotate it a little bit, otherwise you'll be left with this little nothing nub, and then it's no good either.
You got to be careful not to hit your fingers on the
That's true.
on the grater. Don't do that.
Like a man on a mandolin.
Because I don't really want some skin in your food.
Oh, a little skin, yeah.
Well, you always need
Yeah.
to have a little skin in the game, you know what I mean?
That's right. I just hope this grater doesn't fall apart because,
Well, it's broken because
It's-
Clayton broke it.
broken. There. Oh, look at that. Mmm.
It
Yeah.
looks like what do you put on sausage?
Cheese.
Oh,
Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut.
wow.
That was a test and you kind of failed.
I almost got it. So now I'm gonna leave this in here and I'm gonna grate a bunch of potatoes.
How you gonna grate potatoes if you left that in there?
I'm gonna get it out.
Okay. Just making sure.
But I probably, being I put these in here, oh, I can do those in here too. I just do it on here because we're going to squeeze all this out at the end because we want to get out as much moisture as we can. And I use, the onions are starting to get to me, plain old russet potato. Why a russet potato? A russet potato has more starch in it, and the more starch you have in something, it holds it together a little bit better. I'm gonna start crying.
Wow.
I know, huh?
That's a lot. It's all Carl's fault.
So if you grate a few ways this way, turn the potato back the other way, you get a little bit better traction on it. Otherwise, it starts to get a little smooth. Now, if you're at home and you're handy dandy and you put it in the food processor,
Ooh, smart.
you don't have to do any of this. We don't have a food processor, so it's grating by
We're gonna do it
hand.
the old-fashioned way.
Doing it the old-fashioned way is right. And then when you get down to it, that's when you start to be really careful.
But the thing is, don't you think the old-fashioned way is so much better though?
Well, the
Well,
food
sometimes-
processor does tend to get clogged up sometimes. And then I get mad at it, and then it's just not worth it. So, let's go do another one. How's everybody doing out there today, huh? Hello.
Muy bien, gracias.
Let's see, let's read some comments. Let's see, we got, they're making, potato pancakes.
My arm's getting
Alex
tired.
said, why potato pancakes?
Why?
Why not?
Exactly, why not?
Something new.
Something different, huh? Well, I'm getting my arm workout. Maybe I should become left-handed for this.
Ooh, yes.
I do eat left-handed, so I
Yeah,
should be able.
where's your shoot chef at?
Sous chef, I don't know. He's
Heather's out
suing around somewhere.
there, Alex is out there, Ruffy's out there, Guy Winters is out there. Here's a tip. Freeze the onion or light a candle.
Yeah, I've tried lighting the candle, no worky. And then for some reason, when I freeze a onion, then it gets watery more water in it.
More water.
More water. I want no water, less water.
Less water.
Oh, Carl, I think I got an alert because it is baseball season today started, right?
Yeah,
Let's
go Giants.
see. I know, but our Giants are sucking the big one today.
So
Oh.
sad, so sad.
Final, we lost 5-0 to the Skankies,
Oh,
but you
don't-
know.
Oh, well, you know what, Gabrielle? Look on the bright side. You have 161 games.
That's right. What's one game, right?
Yeah.
To be fair, you can lose half of the games and still win the whole thing.
You can if you're in a crummy lead. You absolutely can.
That's why we love baseball. Everybody's a winner.
No participation trophies here. No, 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 no.
Yeah, Carl.
No participation. So I'm going to do this really quick.
Is that the broken colander?
It is the broken colander.
It is the broken colander.
It is. And gosh, if I had a sous chef, they could go get me something. Mr. Pizzo, be my sous chef, please. In my office, on my bookcase, there are a couple tea towels in one of the baskets.
Yes.
Could you bring me a tea towel, please?
Yes.
Let's see if you can bring a tea towel back. Tea. You don't have tea on the towel. No.
Towel.
Just
What are we doing here?
I'm mixing it together and I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit because you can already see the water
It's dripping.
that's dripping out.
Dripping
Yeah.
right out of that crack that Clayton made.
That big crack, huh? Oh, is it show?
It does show. You can see the crack that Clayton made.
Gonna have to start using a different one, I tell you. So, some of you are gonna think this is weird and I have washed this potato, so it's okay. I grate one potato with the skins on.
Oh, adds a little color.
Adds a little something, something. I like the texture. It just, I don't know, there's something about it to me.
I like French fries with the skin on them.
I do too.
I think it's better.
I think they're better.
Are these?
I think
Those are them. Do do do. Yay! Who needs Clayton for a sous chef?
Love cooking. All right, nice job.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Oh,
That one's all wrinkly because I washed it. It had to be air dried. Just gonna do that because my arm is getting really tired.
You need to work out.
I need I need to grate more potatoes.
That's right. I need to. I mean, not great more potatoes to work out.
yeah. Where are your gloves though?
My gloves, I washed my hands. I'm just sorry.
You know, some people like to cook with gloves, and some people like to cook without. Some people say they can't feel what
I
they're
can't.
doing as well.
And yeah, it's just, it doesn't work for me. But, so, what I'm gonna do, and you need to use a tea towel. You can't use a towel like this that's got fibers on it or something like that because they're gonna come off in your food.
Ew,
Oh,
that'd-
yeah.
that'd
Yeah,
be
you don't
gross.
want that.
That'd be gross.
People,
I'm pretty sure you don't want any, like any fiber.
no, do that. So I'm just gonna open up this tea towel
No fiber.
and I'm gonna dump these guys in here. I'm gonna set this over here. I'm gonna bring it all together here. Oh, I'm making a mess.
Wow. But making a mess.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
Coming out of there. Wow.
And you don't want all this juice in there because then your pancakes aren't gonna be crispy. Right?
There.
Wow.
Clever. Look at all that juice. Now, what are we going to do with the juice?
Well, if the other sous chef was in here, I'd make him drink it, but.
And,
Oh, throw down.
Well,
he's too
chicken.
Yeah, he's too chicken to have a little, what would we call this?
And just stuff on Carl's.
Onion potato
Yuck.
smoothie.
Yeah.
I could throw a little bit of yogurt. No, that would be all bad.
Or just have Carl drink it. There you go.
Nope.
See, but they're so much lighter now.
Oh, yeah, look at that. They look like shredded potatoes and some onion.
And some, all right, so, but, okay, so, remember when I told you that russet potatoes have more starch in them? If you go like this, see that right there? Whoops.
Oh, that creaminess.
That creaminess right there, that's the starch in the potato.
Ooh, smart.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Where's Sergio? He's supposed to be in here.
Why is he supposed to be in here?
Is he in Ray's group?
Oh, well, there we go. So, I'm gonna stick these back in here now. As I make a mess everywhere, it seems to be. And pretty much that's the hardest part of doing this, is grating everything.
And that was only 3 potatoes and 1 onion.
Yes. Now, you could put another potato in there if you wanted to, if you like, you know, less of the onion flavor. Some people shred a little garlic in it. I just like the real simple way. So, a little bit of baking powder. Now, baking powder is going to, kind of like cornstarch, it's going to kind of soak up a little bit of the...
What if I use baking soda?
No.
Oh,
No.
What's the difference between baking powder and baking soda?
Oh, gosh. Baking, if you put something in baking soda, right, it fizzles up and everything. It already has the fizz in it, right? But baking powder doesn't. So if you use baking powder to get the fizz and the bubbly action, you're usually going to put like lemon juice or vinegar or something in what you're cooking with.
So make sure with this it's baking powder.
Baking powder. I'm just going to put, that's probably about a teaspoon.
There, Sergio.
Speak of the devil.
Sergio, you're supposed to be in here, buddy.
So I don't have my, we're going to do this. Need about 2 tablespoons.
Your hand is a tablespoon.
They're about, yeah. Should we measure it? So about 2 tablespoons of flour. Ooh. It's a guest person.
Am I a guest?
Are you a guest?
On today's
On today's show you are.
I kill you.
We don't want those kind of guests.
But that guy on there is really funny.
About a teaspoon of salt.
Are you sure? Did you put it right in the center of your
Right in the
hand?
center of my hand.
Very
We're gonna
good.
go about a half
He's making tater
on
pancakes.
the pepper.
what?
Tater pancakes.
Ooh.
Okay, we're gonna need 1 egg.
One egg.
1 egg.
Lactose or something.
The egg stands alone. What do they say? If you spin it, you try to spin it and it doesn't spin? It's,
It means it doesn't spin?
no, one means it's fresh and one means it's not fresh. If it doesn't spin, it's not supposed to be fresh.
That seems weird.
It's
I
spinning.
don't understand the science behind that.
I don't either. Normally you should not crack your egg over here because you don't want to get any shells in it, but I don't see any shells. In goes my egg. Hey Sergio, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. We are going to look for well, I would suggest a fork, but being I don't find a fork,
Next best thing?
next best thing, my hands. I'm going to incorporate the egg.
The old school way.
Old school. Now, when you make pasta, you would use your hand.
Yes, you always do.
Gabby, make sure that.
From the Italiano in the kitchen.
It's just a touch of love.
The touch of love. And you're the one that asked me why I wasn't wearing gloves. I'm putting all kinds of love in here. How many out there have had potato pancakes? Christina has.
Yeah, I have.
Carl has. Mr. Ramos has. Sergio, have you ever had a potato pancake?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know, raise your hand.
There.
Now I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to sprinkle it in.
Ooh, that was all that tasty seasoning.
Yeah. And now I'm just going to mix it in there, incorporate it. It's going to get the flavor in there with salt and pepper, and the flour and the baking powder are going to kind of bind it together with the egg. Draw out any more of that juicy water and stuff.
Mohammed, if your hands are washed and clean, it's sanitary.
Thank you. Oh, no.
Nothing here, please disperse.
I did not lick them, but I need to wash them now, guys. Okay, so we're gonna get, what do you think we're gonna fry them in?
A bucket.
A bucket.
A bucket.
What kind of bucket?
The kind that has a big hole at the top and round walls in the bottom.
No.
What kind of bucket I know?
It's the only kind of bucket, you know? We are going to, we want it to be about medium high because we want them to cook quickly so they get crispy, right?
Quickly.
Crispy quickly. So, everything is better with
Butter.
butter.
And
Ah, I love that you guys,
There's nothing in the pan.
there's nothing because I have the butter.
Oh.
So we're gonna put a couple tablespoons of butter
Yes.
in our pan, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Isn't there a trick to being able to cut the slices? Doesn't it say on the paper?
It does, if you really, really want to know, so we'll see how accurate I
Instead of having to use a measuring thing, the paper, they're very
See?
kind and they give you
They do.
measurements
I
on
said
the paper.
I needed 2. I was pretty close, but I was a little crooked, so I guess if you come back, I was pretty close and didn't even look.
Pretty handy from those folks
I
at the
tell you.
butter making
The
facility.
butter making peoples, thanks to those
There it
cows.
is. Eat that.
Oh, he was outside. Wait.
Wait,
Oh, I threw it out. Darn it.
What?
A couple tablespoons of the oil. I had I had something for you to taste.
Oh, I would've did it.
oh yeah, it was the
Oh.
onion potato water.
I would've did it.
He would have did it.
But now the world will never know.
The world will never know. That's okay. We
Until we
can.
cook it again.
That's right. Exactly. We can. Want all the goodness in there.
Goodness.
The yumminess, right?
Goodness.
Oh wow! Look at that. So, in my family, we liked big ones when we ate them as a meal. But if you're making it for like a little appetizer, you don't want ginormous ones because you can also make them as an hors d'oeuvre.
Hors d'oeuvre.
An hors d'oeuvre. We need a light. Have you ever been somewhere, anybody, and they have all of, they come around, hors d'oeuvres?
Yes.
Yes.
And they have all those little fancy hors d'oeuvres on there.
To
Some.
be honest, I've only seen Clayton do it that way.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, and usually I've already taken the whole tray from somebody.
Oh, then
If
it's
easy
too
to
late.
eat, so I take the whole tray.
That's it, then it's all gone. But they'll have these
Well,
little
you need to
fancy
be
hors d'oeuvres.
safe.
And sometimes they'll have
You need to
potato
be safe.
pancake, just be just like a little one. And they'll put a little dollop of sour cream and some caviar on it.
Okay, you lost me at
Ugh,
caviar.
yummy, yum, yum. Or a
For us
little,
Americans, it's called chives.
and they'll put chives or a little dill weed. I call it
Don't
weed.
call Carl that.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jeez.
He is being a good cameraman today. I probably shouldn't have done that. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna get, so I don't, I get it pretty even, Stephen.
Pepper, salt, baking powder.
Okay, so we wanna get it in here relatively quick because, you know, we don't want the butter to burn.
That's it?
Yes,
It's an appetizer, dude.
you just give them a little squinch down.
They don't have to be like uniform and look like a pancake?
No, abstract.
This is very confusing.
Don't crowd them too much. I mean, you want room in between because you want all. See, the best part of it is, Carl, them not to be, because you like the little loose ones here, they'll get really crispy and crunchy.
This is like piles of,
What is that, hay something?
no, hash browns.
A pile of hash browns?
It's
Almost.
like mini hash brown.
Could you throw those, that mixture into one of those mini waffle makers?
Ooh, and a waffle maker. You know, during the pandemic, I put a lot of stuff in a waffle maker. I didn't do
Yes,
those.
you did. That was the
I did, didn't I, huh, Christina? I put a lot of stuff in.
She put chocolate in there.
I did grilled cheese in the waffle maker. Yes, grilled cheese. I was all by myself and I was the one that got to eat it, right? I did pizza, you're
Yes.
right. I did do pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah, we did pizza in it. We've done sandwiches instead of a panini maker. We did sandwiches in the waffle. We might have to bring out the waffle maker. We should get a waffle maker here.
We don't already have one?
No. We need to have barbecue day where we have breakfast again.
Oh yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Yes, Gabrielle. I think
No, it's usually a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clayton, what you shaking your head no for?
Breakfast for
Because the
dinner.
cleanup was a mess.
It was because we let Sue make the eggs. It was a mess.
Oh man.
So, but if we had a waffle maker, that would be really cool. We can make all kinds of waffles. Then we have all kinds of toppings, huh?
Come on.
Seem,
They're still white.
they're still white?
Well, they're potatoes.
Well, those ones can't get white because nothing's getting to them. It's when you flip them. Gotta cook them about 2 or 3 minutes on each side.
I thought they were supposed to turn crunchy and brown. How long does this process take?
Trenchy and brown, that's if you let the potato sit out too long. It's gonna turn brown. Now, if you don't want it to turn brown, you would rinse them off with water, but then you're gonna lose the starch because the starch is what makes it brown. And we don't wanna lose the starch because we want them to hold together. That's why when you go to the restaurant and you get the hash browns that are all over, you know, they're loose, they have taken the starch out. They have rinsed them.
That's a blasphemy.
That's a blasphemy.
Don't rinse your potatoes.
Don't rinse them, no. You want all that starchy stuff that we saw on the bottom of the bowl, huh?
So how long do these stay before you flip them?
Well, I'm about to walk over and get a
A flipper?
flipper. And that's not the porpoise flipper.
Okay, because I was thinking of flipper.
The porpoise.
The dolphin.
Yeah, isn't that a porpoise?
Yes.
I think the technical term is dolphin.
That's a porpoise. This is not very.
So, these are starting to crisp up. I see it.
You see it?
I see crispiness
Well,
happening.
you're the only one we can't see.
I see crispiness happening.
Crispiness is happening.
Not good.
Edges of crispiness. Oh, that's me. That's my new cologne.
Eau de Carl crispy.
Oh, look at that. They're holding together.
Oh! Look at that.
Wow.
Yes.
some crispy yumminess there. Oh.
You take some of those, put a little piece of sausage in between it, eat it.
Oh.
I like where your head's
Wow.
I like to make this mixture and get mini muffin tins and line the little mini muffin tin and bake them in the oven. And then you take them out and then you crack like an egg, put the egg in there with some bacon, stick it back in the oven. They make like little
Sounds delicious.
sandwiches. Oh, look at
look at
that. Look
that.
at that middle one. See, they have the antennas there, so they look nice and crispy. The
Antennas.
antennas.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yum.
We're gonna cut it close for the tasting. It's gonna be hot. Who has a mouth made of Teflon?
So
I did.
after we're done with this, then what?
After this, normally if you're gonna make a bunch of them, I would turn the oven on to about 200, and I would put a sheet pan in there, like a cookie pan. So when I took them off of here, I'd put them in the cookie pan and put them back in the oven so they stay warm and crispy. So when you serve them to everybody, they're nice and warm and crispy.
Yeah.
And then I would take them out, and you can, like I said, we're gonna put a little sour cream on them. You could put a little cheese if you wanted, a little shredded cheese. But the traditional way that I like is sour cream. Or like I said, Joymans put applesauce on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what? That's not bad, actually.
it's not bad.
So,
It's like having.
Applesauce, I heard everybody,
It's like
applesauce.
having scalloped potatoes and pork chops with applesauce. If everything gets with the potato, it's good.
I don't have anything to serve these to people. Should we have napkins or
Oh.
Oh,
Something?
so sad.
I
Something?
don't know if we have anything.
If not,
All
I'll go.
right.
We've got some bread in here that's.
Well, the cool part about this is
Oh
there's
my
1,
goodness,
2,
look
3,
what we
4,
had
5, 6.
here.
Oh,
Potatoes!
Potatoes!
We have
I ran to the
potatoes.
store for taters.
so,
I tell you, what else is up
so
here?
Gabrielle, the thing that you're making is potato pancakes, am I correct?
Potato pancakes, yes.
Smell
Not
delicious.
good.
Do. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Not my nose.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yummy.
nice and crispy.
That's pretty good. So we're 27 minutes. This meal has gone pretty fast, and it's
Yeah.
gonna feed quite a few with very little work. That was just 3 potatoes and 1 onion.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna pull them off a little bit. I don't want them to get too, too crispy crunchy. Then I'm gonna take my sour cream. Sour cream. Look at, there comes Steve. Like there's nobody else around. Here he comes. Me. Right?
I want to see how tired birds.
I have no idea.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go in that drawer right there, Carl.
Yay.
No gloves.
I'm gonna get a little teaspoon here.
I don't want no concrete money.
Hey,
Did I ask you?
Yeah.
Who's gonna be,
you get what you get. You go throw a
who's
fit.
got the Teflon mouth?
I
I
did.
apologize, I'm not moving very quick today.
Christina, you have a Teflon mouth?
Yeah.
Okay, girlfriend.
Want some? It's good.
All right. It's gonna be hot.
I don't mind.
You have to have the sour cream on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay, we're gonna put a little dollop of sour cream on it. Oh. It's hot. Maybe give it a minute.
Give it a blow on it. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
These look good. All right, you want to sign off?
Oh, I'm signing off.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody. I hope you learned something, even if you learned what the starch in the potatoes for, right? Why they get brown. It's the starch in it. So, thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week, and peace out.
Bon appetit.